You will never accidentally end up doing a difficult project. Hey you guys, I'm going to take you through a warm-up first, and then as we go through the workout, I'm going to kind of share my ideas on what this is all about, what I'm trying to do here, and I want your feedback, so I hope that you'll listen to the idea and let me know what you think, okay? So first we're going to start with some ankle mobility. I do this pretty much before every single workout I do these days. As I get older, almost 40, I find my ankles they just feel more brittle. And so we're going to be doing ankle circles, both counterclockwise and clockwise, and then also up and down. Just, watch me as I do it. Do both sides, about 10 on each side. Don't worry about an exact number, just do it several times. My son is quite the little ham in front of the camera. Okay, so now we're going to do these crossbody arm swings. You're going to feel it stretch, especially in your chest. And then you're going to do the same thing, but upwards and downwards as you see me doing. If you get your kids involved, they can have fun with it, as you can see. This, I don't know exactly what to call it, but if you'll notice, I'm really stretching my lat area, which is kind of on the back side of you, below your shoulders, kind of like your bra line area. I'm trying to really stretch that part. And as you notice, I'm not doing any static holds of stretches. I'm just kind of continuing to move, just keeping that motion fluid. From the research I've done, they're finding that static stretching before a workout now makes you actually more prone to injury. And doing this more dynamic moving type stretching is better to prevent injury. And then you can do static stretching, after a workout. Then after you're done hitching up your pants, which I do all the time, we're going to move on to what are called good mornings. So you're just going to bend at the hip. And as you can see, my knees are not, I don't lock out my knees often because that puts a lot of strain on your knees that I feel anyways. So they're slightly bent, but you're bending at the hip, keeping your back pretty flat. You may not be able to go down as far as me. I'm pretty flexible just because of my old dance years, but don't worry about that. Just basically go so that you feel a stretch in your hamstring. I personally love this exercise. It feels so good to me. So just go to where you feel a really good stretch, not pain. Then we're going to do some air squats to warm up our legs more. If you'll notice, I'm starting with like a quarter or a half squat and then gradually squatting deeper as I feel more comfortable and feel more warmed up. So you can do that as well. And just squat to the depth that is comfortable for you. Ideally, as you get stronger and more mobile, they do want you to squat to a level where your quads are kind of like parallel to the floor. But it's fine if you can't do that. You just do what you can. This is just all about moving our bodies. Then we're going to take these bands. If you don't have bands, it's fine. You can just do it without. I'm not quite sure what to call these actually. I'm just going to call them banded sidewalks. But as you can see, the main point here with the band is that you're keeping tension on the band the whole time. And you really will feel this in the side of your buttocks and your quads. And it'll really warm up that part of your body really good. Yep, I'm feeling the burn. All right, after you've recovered from that, I'm recovering, we're going to just do one more set of squats with the band on this time. One thing I used to be really terrible about was having my knees kind of cave inward when I would squat on the way up. I saw a video of myself once, and that's how I knew. I'm sorry, this part of my son is so hilarious. I just laugh every time I see that. Anyway, you want to really keep your knees out in line with your shoes and not let them cave inwards. Then since we're going to be doing some dumbbell shoulder presses today, we're going to do a set of those to warm up with a lighter weight. So choose a weight that's not too heavy for you. And we're just going to do both arms and just, do like 15 of them if you can. You can even do these without weight. It's surprisingly, your shoulders start burning even without weight surprisingly quickly. And then we just have one more movement for the warm up today, which is these are called butt kickers, where you basically try to kick your own butt with the back of your shoe, with your heel. And I just combine those with some little punches, basically, just to keep moving and warming up, get the blood flowing. My son loves this one. But anyway, you should feel a good stretch in your quads here. This is what that feels really good for. And this is another one I love. I think I just love feeling my muscles stretching out. Okay, so let me explain the workout for today, and then I'll probably maybe give just a few pointers, and then I'm going to launch into just my idea for this whole project, what this whole Inspireful Woman thing is about, okay? So we're going to do 3 rounds today of 4 movements. The movements are 15 dumbbell squats, where you're going to count to 2 or 3 on the way down, and then just pop back up real quick. So 1, 2, 3 down, and then back up on 1. It's basically a slow squat down. So 15 dumbbell squats, 10 to 12 single arm shoulder presses. Again, this is just slow and focused. 12 to 15 dumbbell reverse flies. And then the banded sidewalks that we did in the warm-up. When I said sidewalks, all of a sudden I was thinking of like a sidewalk on a street, and I just got confused for a second. But no, yes, sidewalks, not the street. We'll do those for the workout too. So we'll do 3 rounds of that. So when you do the squats, I put the dumbbells on my shoulders right now because I do still have an elbow tendon injury that's healing. So holding a heavy weight from my arm dangling right now is not the best. So you could also hang the weights from your hands. However, I do actually like having them on my shoulders because it really allows me to focus on the main movement, which is the squat. Like I can really focus on the muscles involved with that and kind of just put all my energy into that. One thing that's really important to do with squats that I used to be guilty of doing wrong is having your knees cave inward as you come up. So as you can see with me, really try to keep your knees out. Sometimes you have to consciously push them out for a while before your strength and your motor mechanics get used to it, and then it will be a lot more automatic. But that's really important for your knee health and just for the movement to achieve what it's supposed to achieve. The shoulder press is next. If you want to be faster about it, you could do both at one time. The reason that I like doing one arm at a time, this is honestly what I do most of the time, is again because I can focus more energy on the single movement, and it actually allows me to lift more weight by focusing on one arm at a time. And so I just like it. You don't fatigue as fast because you're only doing one arm at a time, and you can really focus on it. And I feel like I've really built my shoulder strength that way. It's important to keep the dumbbell in line with your body. Like you don't want to have it coming out in front of your face or way back behind your head, because then, your shoulder's just not in a good position. Please know I'm not an expert. I've known so far enough to do movements fairly properly for myself. I do plan on continuing to do more research on lots of movements if I make more workouts for you ladies, just to make sure that I am giving you the correct information. But the point is here, if you can do it with a weight where the last like 3 reps feel really hard, like for me, my very last rep, it's kind of iffy. Like, am I gonna even get it? And sometimes I don't, and that's okay. It's not really about that. It's honestly not so much about the reps as it is more about how much effort is going into it. If you're to the point where you cannot do anymore for that set, whether that's 8 or 12 or 15, that's, you've fatigued the muscle well for that set. And so just do however many that is. Like if you only have a lighter weight and at 10 reps, it's just not that hard, do 5 more, do 6 more until it really does feel like you fatigued the muscle. We're going to do the dumbbell reverse flies. So I feel like when I look back at this video now that I don't know if the form is coming across correctly. From what I understand, you're supposed to bring the dumbbells to about shoulder height. And in the video, it looks as if I'm doing them a lot higher. It's possible that I am, but I think it also could be the camera angle. But either way, the point is, supposedly you want to get it to about shoulder height. And if you notice, I'm kind of also turning the dumbbells a little bit at the top. I'm kind of turning the dumbbells upwards, and that's supposedly supposed to help prevent shoulder impingement, where something in your shoulder gets squished together in a way that's not good. That helps prevent that apparently. As you can see, I use a much lighter weight for that. And for you, even maybe using a soup can or something like that usually needs a much lighter weight because your much smaller muscles are being engaged there. And then we're back to the banded sidewalks. I think these are pretty self-explanatory. Just main thing again, just keep the knees out. Try to keep your body low. That's kind of what's gonna, really work the muscles, and keep that band taut, or keep your legs out if you don't have a band. And just, again, as far as the number, it's not like a strict number. You just want to do as many as where you're like, whew, I need a break, So probably I went back and forth across there about 3 times, I think, or maybe 4, but I think it ends up being 20 to 25 steps or so. So we're basically done with the first round of the workout. So now for the next 2 rounds, you basically just do the same thing, okay? So 15 dumbbell squats, 10 to 12 single arm shoulder presses each side, dumbbell reverse fly, 12 to 15 of those, and then, 20 to 25 banded sidewalks. While we do that, I just want to kind of run a little bit more of my whole idea by you ladies. All right, so we have 2 more sets to go. 2 more rounds, I should say. And what I'd like to do now is just kind of take an opportunity to share a little bit about kind of my ideas for this whole thing, for this whole Inspireful Woman thing. And I don't plan on talking through full workouts all the time. These first couple I probably will, just because this is such a new thing. And to be honest, I'm not even fully sure where it's going. I won't know until I take those first steps. And so that's why, for instance, if I end up doing a lot of workouts and programming eventually for you ladies, my plan is actually to do the videos in beautiful settings, not in my unfinished second half of the house with, OSB floor and 2x4s and stuff like that. But that's all I have access to at the moment because of the snow outside and just everything going on in the world. So that's all I have access to. And I thought, I just need to get something out there so I can get some feedback from you ladies. I have to start the conversation, if you will. If I don't start it, I'm just going to keep wondering things in my head and trying to guess, but that's not going to really help get us anywhere. So let me just share a little bit about the premise of where I feel like I'm headed with my own belief system. And then I want to hear from you as well, because it's kind of like this project needs to be a marriage of the two, a marriage of kind of my own set of beliefs from what I've experienced and learned, combined with taking care of your needs and your circumstances and what's going to suit you best. So for my part, I've been maintaining a 45-pound weight loss for over 7 years, just so you ladies know, because many of you may not know that. And I do attribute my ability to do that in a very consistent way where I've been eating about 2,000 calories a day for most of that time. I'm only 5'1". I'm about 128, 129 pounds. I've been able to do that, I feel, in large part because of lifting weights. So I want to basically bring to the world and bring to other ladies like myself something that supports them in building muscle and strength so that they can build their metabolism, so that you can eat more without gaining weight. Because we are forever gaining and losing weight, aren't we? It's just like the lifelong woman's struggle. And I think some of it, there's lots of different reasons, of course, right? But one of the reasons that it's an issue is because of metabolism. Now, I have a thyroid condition as well, and I take thyroid medication, and I know that it helps me greatly, so that's one aspect. But also is this whole aspect of metabolism. And a lot of us are very familiar with it, and we may readily be like, yeah, I have a low metabolism. Well, one way to fix it is by building muscle. I actually have about 20 pounds more muscle on my frame than the average woman my height. And so that does translate into being able to eat more without gaining weight. I am a size 4. I wear a size small in all of my workout leggings. So even though I am a smaller person, I do not look like all the Instagram influencers that are on there with their crop tops and, very thin legs. I just do not have that body type. I may not look like that, but I am a small person. A size 4 and a size small in workout leggings means I am small. But that has worked for me. So that's kind of one thing that in my belief system that I really want to bring to the table. I want that experience for you ladies. I remember being overweight. I remember trying to lose weight all the time and giving up after 2 or 3 weeks because I would lose water weight initially and then my weight loss would stop dead. I've struggled so much with trying to eat less but wanting to eat more. And I just feel like that tends to be a losing battle. And so for me, one of the solutions that I found that actually worked was, actually raise my metabolism so that it's not a problem if I eat more on a daily basis. And so that's why I feel like as a 5'1" person, being able to eat 2,000 calories a day, I think is pretty good. And it's plenty for me, that's what feels good to me. And so it's sustainable. I don't have to spend every day trying to eat less. And I think that's what gets so tiresome for us ladies. Just feeling like, the only way to stay this size I am or to lose weight is to eat less. But then how long can you keep that up, And yes, maybe for weight loss, we might do that. But when it comes time for weight maintenance, I think we end up finding ourselves in the same exact boat where we're always trying to eat less. And I love, personally, ladies, I love to eat. I really do. Food is not just fuel for me. I love food. I love how it tastes. I have favorite meals that I will eat over and over and over and never get tired of. And my husband laughs, at me because in a good natured way, he'll laugh because I'll like, emit sounds of ecstasy over the same exact sandwich that I've had for like a year every single day. And it's like, I'm just as rapturously in love with the taste as I was yesterday and the day before and last week and 6 months ago. And he just thinks it's so funny. Um, but anyway, so that's kind of a little bit just of my side of that story. And that building muscle and building strength does require resistance and weight training. Like you need to use weight on your body. Sometimes that can be just your body, your own body's weight, like in a push up. When you're on your arms, the whole of your body being the weight, that's quite a lot there. But so anyway, that's kind of my side of things. I'd like to hear from you if that sounds like a good plan to you. Like, would you like to be able to eat more and not gain weight? Would you like to have a better metabolism? Are you willing to try out the weights if you haven't tried them before? And what are your concerns, if you have any concerns about them? So let me know. We're saying goodbye now. Again, if it was annoying to have me talking through the whole workout, I apologize in advance. It's actually not something I plan on doing all the time. But as I said, to get this project started, I need to have a two-way conversation with you ladies. So please comment below and let me know your thoughts, okay? All right, talk to you soon. I will see you next time, Inspireful Woman.